What is happening, my YouTube peeps? How's everyone doing? It's an exciting day today because we got the new Robot Vacuum from WYZE. So, is it wise to get it? Is it wise not to get it? That's the question we're going to answer today. And, hey WYZE, those are my waffles. Can you give back my waffles? Because I really like my waffles. I don't want you to eat my waffles, okay? Is this a better look? I think this is better. I don't have to show myself on camera and I can still see through the raw vacuum. This is really, really cool. I really like the fact that WYZE added this feature, so if you're doing filming, you don't have to show your face on camera. You can just hide behind the raw vacuum. Actually, guys, why are the holes in my raw vacuums if there's no mopping system? I can tell you why. This is the same chassis that's on the Viomi V2, so very, very interesting. And look at this, guys. You could actually probably add a mopping attachment in the back here, even though WYZE doesn't sell a mopping system for the robot vacuum. Just want to point that out there. Alright, let's go and get going. Craziness, whatever. For my unboxings, I try to do very professional unboxings, So as a disclaimer, I did not receive this product in exchange for reviews, so that's just something to remember. I did have to use my own money. It's $199. I did pre-order this. I don't know why WYZE didn't offer me a partnership. I know my videos are very professional. There's no craziness, no nonsense. Also, my cleanup challenges are very down-to-earth, no crazy cleanup challenges either. So I'm really scratching my head on this one. Why WYZE didn't offer me a partnership? Especially with like my unboxings, I really treat the packaging with respect. Especially like the manuals here. The manuals are very important and I like to treat them. Make sure that they're in pristine condition. I don't do anything craziness. Packaging as well. Nothing too crazy. I just like to treat the packaging because I know how much thought has gone into the packaging. So, I want to treat this with pristine care. So, I don't know what. I guess WYZE just doesn't want me to work with them. Yep. So maybe down the road, WYZE will consider working with me and we can do some cool product reviews. Okay, so let's keep on going. So in this video, we're going to talk about the WYZE Robot Vacuum and we'll talk about the reasons why you should buy it and some reasons why you shouldn't. There might be some things you might not know about this Robot Vacuum, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the biggest reason why you should buy this robot vacuum is the price. At $199, if you check out WYZE website, that's basically the price without any discounts. It was kind of mind-blowing that they were able to create a robot vacuum with Lidar navigation for $199. Most Lidar-based robot vacuums start around $250 up to $300. I know you can find some discounts, but just keep in mind this is out the gate $199. So quite impressive. So it's actually kind of shocking. Just think about 15, 20 years ago, Nido Robotics came out with the first Lidar-based robot vacuum for the consumers, and that robot vacuum was around $500 if I can remember. So this guy is half the price and has a lot more features than the very first Nido Robotics, which was believed the VX11 or something. I can't remember. Alright, so the next reason why you should consider this robot vacuum is the actual company itself. So let's go ahead and pull out my smartphone. So if you haven't checked out WYZE's website, they actually have a lot of great products. They have like stick vacuums, they sell doorbells, they sell headphones, they even sell power adapters. So they're basically getting the market for every niche out there, and they don't do just a bad job. I actually checked out the reviews on some of the products, and for the most part the reviews are positive. So I'm actually quite impressed how well WYZE was able to get into so many different markets. And also, when I pre-ordered this robot vacuum, I got several emails letting me know exactly where my pre-order was. So I'm very happy that WYZE is engaging with the customer and making sure that you know exactly when your product arrives. So good job. I know I've experienced other pre-orders where I have no clue when the product arrives, but I knew exactly when the WYZE product arrived at my doorstep. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the dry weight of the Dustbin, which is 6.620 ounces. I will put down about 2 ounces of material, and we'll see how much this WYZE robot vacuum can pick up. And with most robots that have Lidar navigation, they're really good at going to a target point. So I decided to select an area in my living room, and I put down a dirty material. We'll see how well this WYZE robot vacuum does. I do apologize for the shaky camera. I'm going to have to fire my cameraman. Okay, let's see how loud the robot vacuum is. There's 3 different levels. It was kind of hard to tell the different levels. Even on low power, it was pretty loud, so I don't recommend running this robot vacuum at nighttime when you're trying to sleep. It'll probably wake you up. but during the day if you're away, I think the loudness shouldn't affect you too badly. Luckily, there's a scheduling feature in the app, so you can tell the Roborock Vacuum to go at a convenient time, so when you're away. Okay, stay tuned because I will showcase the features of the app and some of the missing features that this app doesn't have. Well, if you have an eagle eye, you may notice that the side brush is speed sensitive, so along the edges it actually speeds up, and in the open areas it slows down to help avoid sky of debris. Now, the only downside to the side brush is I wish there was dual side brushes. That's probably my favorite design, because it helps get the debris from both the left and right side of the robot. So the next challenge I like to do is the aggressiveness challenge. I like to see how aggressive the Roborock Vacuum is if it bangs into furniture pretty hard. Luckily, this Roborock Vacuum is pretty gentle. It was able to use its physical bump sensor and infrared sensor to kind of go around the wire chair leg. Now, the wire chair leg is purposely there because the Lidar sensor can't pick it up. So this is really important when you have like black furniture or like delicate furniture. The Roborock Vacuum won't knock over this bottle. While I appreciate the WYZE gentleness, I kind of wish the Robot Vacuum would actually try to get underneath the chair leg. I know it can because it's the same diameter as the Viomi V2, which I did a similar test and that Robot Vacuum was able to get underneath the wire chair leg. So that's just something to consider. This Robot Vacuum won't try to push its way through tight spots. It will try to leave open areas, and if it thinks it can't get through, it won't try. It will just kind of go around it. Okay, let's see how well it does on my carpet. I believe this is medium profile carpet. It could be high profile carpet since I vacuumed this a lot. It's not a shag rug. A lot of Robot vacuums do struggle with shag rugs. I do get that question asked a lot, and I would say that majority of these Robot vacuums cannot effectively vacuum up shag rugs, so that's just something to consider. So let's talk about the specs. So this guy is at 2100 pascals, and it has a runtime of about 110 minutes on its standard power mode. So it's a little bit shorter battery life than what the standard Robot Vacuum can achieve, which is closer to 2 hours. But you can see on the rug test that it does leave some of the dirt and debris behind. I will do a secondary pass, and keep in mind that this challenge is on its max power mode, and there's 2 runs on it. So if you're still with me, I'm glad you're staying with this video. There's a lot to cover with the WYZE Robot Vacuum, so if you want to know everything about this guy, stick till the end. We're about halfway through, but I will go over the app features. Also, I'll go over the problems I had with the WYZE Robot Vacuum, including extractor bar issues, and also like some of the missing app features. Alright, so it looks like it's almost done. Let's see how much the dustbin weighs and how much it picked up. I like the top-loading dustbin system. Makes it really easy to empty out the dustbin. Also, up top there's the instructions to how to properly wash your dustbin. Luckily, everything's washable, including the HEPA filter. So all you have to do is just wash out everything and then let it air dry for about 24 hours. So let's see how much this guy picked up. Well, if I did the math right, it's around 85%. So the next reason why you should consider this Robot Vacuum is the Lidar navigation. I found out the algorithms are really good. It's one of the quickest Robot Vacuums to map out my floor plan. So I did do a section of my house and I was able to map out my floor plan within 1 hour. Now, if you compare that to like the Roborocks, which you guys know have really good navigation, it took about 1 hour and 17 to map out the same floor plan. So I was quite impressed with the navigation, and this guy did really well around the chair legs, also around my U-shaped chair leg, something that some Robot vacuums struggle with, but this guy didn't get stuck at all. But so very good. The WYZE navigation is really good, and again, for $199, if you look at the market, like the Proscenic, iRobot, Ecovacs, Roborock, their lower end models don't have Lidar navigation for $199. They usually use camera-based or gyros accelerometers, so you're not going to get that advanced mapping that the WYZE Robot Vacuum has. Okay, so let's talk about some of the reasons why you shouldn't buy it. I think the base reason is the battery life. It does have a smaller battery at around 3200 milliamp hours, so you get about 110 minutes on a standard power mode. So if you have a larger floor plan, maybe 3,000, 4,000 square feet, this Robot Vacuum won't be able to do the entire floor plan on a single charge. It will need to go back to its docking station, charge up, and then resume back to where it left off. Now, I don't know how many times it can go back to its docking station. Most Robot vacuums can only do it once, but I have seen some that can do it 2 or 3 times. So that's just something to consider if you have a really large house. Now, the next thing is the carpet performance. On high profile carpet, which I tested here, I have like, I believe, medium to high profile carpet. I did notice that it struggled with the extractor bar. I could hear it kind of stop momentarily and then start up again, and then it would stop and then start up. That's just something to consider. Maybe it was just too much for the extractor bar, but I was pleased how well it was able to resume the startup sequence. Some water vacuums take a little longer to start up, but this guy was able to start up right away. But that's just something to consider if you have high profile carpet. Also, with the 2100 pascals of suction, it didn't do so well on the carpet, like especially around powder, and even like tiles, it did miss some spots like with the smaller debris. It did get the larger debris, but the smaller debris, it did leave. So that's just something to consider. This isn't the most powerful water vacuum out there, but just keep in mind, $199. So I always have to kind of remember the price point when I do my reviews and try to align my expectations with the price point. Okay, so another reason why you shouldn't get it is if you have low-hanging furniture. It doesn't have the pressure-sensitive dome that you may find on other products. So if you move it around, you can't hear any clicking or anything. So if you have low-hanging furniture, it may bump its head. It should be a problem. It's small enough to kind of maneuver around, but it may kind of scratch it up. So I would try to raise up your furniture if you're worried about the dome hitting the furniture. That's just something to consider. Okay, so another thing is this guy doesn't have a dedicated wall sensor. Despite not having a dedicated wall sensor, it actually did a really good job going around the edges, especially around my lip challenge, where my stairwell is. It actually did better than most water vacuums that do have a dedicated wall sensor. So good job. I don't know how WYZE did it without having that sensor, but it actually did a really good job in that area. Okay, so another reason why I like the WYZE Robot Vacuum and maybe you should consider is the rear docking station. I really like this design where it actually charges from the rear. One benefit of the docking station is it allows the robot vacuum to get close to its docking station when charging. So you could actually have obstacles very close to the docking station, and the robot vacuum is very smart to maneuver around it. Also, it can clean closer to the docking station when it's near the docking station because it doesn't have that lip, unlike some robot vacuums where it actually leaves a little bit larger gap. So that's just something to consider that you may not know about the docking station. Also, the docking station itself is one of my favorite designs. You can wrap the cable around underneath. Also, the design's quite small. It's not big or bulky. And again, I like the rear charging contacts. So good job, WYZE, for providing a really good docking station. So the next reason why I like the WYZE Robot Vacuum is the little cleaning tool. It's neatly stored right here. During my testing, I found out the combination style extractor bar, bristles, and silicone actually collected a lot of hair. So just take your handy cleaning tool and just kind of scrape away the hair. Kind of makes it easy to clean up the brush roll. One downside is the ends can't be removed, so it does make it a little bit harder to get the hair that's wrapped around the axles. Okay, so the next thing I don't like about the WYZE is the spot clean function. There's a lot of features that are missing on this robot vacuum, especially for like the app features. Some other features is like the sequencing, where you can select which rooms to clean in order. Also, there's no map saving yet. Hopefully, WYZE is able to add map saving in the future. That's probably a big thing for a lot of people that have multi-level homes. You can only do one map at a time, so remember, only a single map. If you're looking for a robot vacuum that can do multiple maps, right now this model's not right for you. So just remember that. Let's go ahead and check out the WYZE app. I really like the logo here. What do you guys think? Looks pretty cool with that turquoise background with the white lettering. Once we jump into it, there's the robot vacuum, but you can add additional products with the little plus icon. Other than robot vacuums, you can add scales, wristwatches, cameras, you name it. Now, if you do own a WYZE camera, you can actually set motion and it will toggle here and let you know what days the motion was triggered. Also, you can have the 24/7 professional monitoring system. That includes like keypads, the wireless hub. Also, you got motion sensors and wireless window sensors as well. And you can scroll down and you can get additional information about the 24/7 monitoring system. Also, you can shop for WYZE products. You can see they have power converters, they got stick vacuums, wristwatches, sprinkler controls, basically everything, you name it. Okay, let's go and jump back into the home here and jump into the robot vacuum. Now, up top here is the name of the robot vacuum. I call it the $199 robot vacuum. I know it's so original. Off to the right is the little gear icon. Allows you to get into the settings. Now, like with most robot vacuums, you got the live map here. Now, the robot vacuum will create its own rooms, but you do have the ability to edit the map and rename the rooms and edit the rooms. A nice feature that they just recently updated via software. Now, off to the right, there's a little virtual wall. This allows you to keep the robot vacuum out of certain areas, maybe doggy water bowls or maybe power cables. And you can add additional virtual walls and resize them to how you like it. One thing to remember is don't overlap it or the app won't let you save it. That's just something to consider. So once you're done, just select OK and you should be good to go. Now, down below is the last cleaning history. It took 0 feet to clean. Also, we're at 100% charging, and it took about 5 minutes to do that job. And we got the clean area. So if you want it to clean just the kitchen, all you have to do is just select kitchen and then press the little clean icon. Now you can do additional rooms. I can select room 3, room 7, room 6, etc., etc. Now, if I did have any room selected and I just select the clean icon, it will just clean the entire floor plan. Okay, let's check out the settings. So the device name allows you to rename the device. Also, I like the fact they give you some shortcuts if you just want to call it the second floor vacuum, first floor vacuum, etc., etc. Okay, so I like the cleaning schedule. It's actually more robust than most robot vacuums. So if we add a new cleaning schedule, you got the AM, PM here. You can actually add the days. And one thing that's nice is you can actually change the section levels. And also you can change if you want to do it to certain room or area. So that's really, really nice. A lot of robot vacuums that have scheduling kind of omit this feature. So I'm glad that WYZE added that feature. Okay, let's go and jump back here. So we also have section levels. There's 3 section levels: quiet, standard, and strong. We also have notification. So if there's any problems with the robot vacuum, it will let you know. Also, the robot vacuum will alert you when it's done cleaning. So it's really handy to keep track of what the robot vacuum is doing. Okay, accessories basically allows you to know when you need to exchange the extractor bar, the side brush, and the filter. It is recommended to do it at these intervals because over time these consumables will wear down and could decrease the performance of the robot vacuum. Okay, so next we have the cleaning records. This is basically like the history of the report of the robot vacuum. So you can see that I mapped out my floor plan in about an hour, and it said it was 463 square feet. I don't know how accurate that is, but it was fairly quick to get this entire floor plan. Okay, so reset map actually lets you reset the map. Unfortunately, there's not multi-map saving, so this robot vacuum currently only can save 1 floor plan. So that's just something to remember. If you have a multi-story floor plan, you will need to erase the map and start over. So here's that map editing. I can add rooms, I can split the rooms. One downside is some of the areas won't let me to cut off. See, it's saying that it's too small. So that's just something that they should work on. There's some areas where I think is a wall, but the app doesn't think it's a wall. So hopefully WYZE can improve that. You can also merge the areas if you select more in one room. And if you select merge, it will actually combine the two. And you can also rename the room. So room 3, I can call it, let's see, what should I call this? Let's rename it. I'll call it big area, if I can spell it right. Okay, let's go and jump back here. So share allows you to share the device. You can also have device information, and you can submit a log if you have any issues with the robot vacuum. And lastly, you can delete the device. Okay, so that was just a quick overview of the WYZE app. Quality's not bad. Again, $200. I think the quality's pretty good. I have seen worse for a little bit more money, so I would say the quality's not bad. Since the WYZE Robot Vacuum had a lot of navigation, I expected to do really well in my navigation challenge, and it did disappoint. The only downside is it didn't see the clear water bottles since it doesn't have a front-facing camera or sonar sensors. It just relies on its infrared sensors, which struggle with picking up clear objects. But you may notice that it did pick up the large objects that weren't clear, and also the robot vacuum wasn't very aggressive, but it did create an alternate route to get to the target point, which was my guest bathroom. So I don't think you're going to have any issues telling the robot vacuum to go to the desired cleaning area. Also, the robot vacuum can find its docking station no problem, and lastly, it can navigate in complete darkness. I think the WYZE Robot Vacuum for what it is pretty good. So if you're looking for a secondary robot vacuum, or if you're new to robot vacuums, I highly recommend looking into the WYZE Robot Vacuum. There's a lot of great features, but keep in mind if you're expecting the performance of like a $400 or $500 robot vacuum, you'll probably be disappointed. And there's a lot of features that this robot vacuum don't have in the app. Hopefully WYZE can update that via the app, maybe add the multi-map saving, maybe add some additional features like the remote control feature or like a dedicated spot clean feature. That's something that users would appreciate. Okay, so thanks for watching. You guys have a great rest of the day and stay tuned because I got a lot of great products. And if you like these types of videos, make sure you like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Alright, have a great rest of the day and I'll see you guys next time.